All right, decided to make another video. This video is more political. Okay, it's more. Not too bright. It is. Nah, that's good enough. Okay, this is more of a political video dealing with kind of the way things are running today. Um, let's see. I've kind of broke this down, explained it to my kids and everything and so forth. And you have people like AOC, Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, who, and Bernie Sanders, them geniuses, who seem to think that, hey, democratic socialism is a good idea. It's not. And basically, that if you want to see some forms of democratic socialism are already in effect in the United States, meaning such as Medicare, um, welfare, food stamps, Section 8 housing, all of these government assisted programs that they have out there, which is just taking a group of individuals and saying, here, we're going to put you here, give you this, and that's where you stay. Behave yourself. That's it. And that's basically saying, hey, we're going to give you this, but we get to tell you how much of what we're going to give you you can have. And if you exceed that, then we're going to take it away from you. That's kind of that program. But hmm, anyway, but yeah, any of those government assistance programs, as the people that are on them, they're not really worth that much, and they're not bettering the people. All they're doing is making sure those people stay right where they're at. And it's not, it doesn't help. If you're looking at short term, yes, you don't have to do crap. And here, have this, here, have this, here, have this. But then you wind up with two, three, four families living in one house with a couple of kids and or multiple kids. So you have a mom who has, say, four kids, and then those kids have four kids, and then so on and so forth. And you're just perpetuating the cycle of keeping those people right where they are. And it's not without its plan. It's not like it was not planned. Government politicians put this in place. They wanted this. It started back in the what 60s, and this is what the Democrats want. And because back in the day, a majority of blacks did not vote for Democrats. Not until the 60s and 70s is when everything started to change around, and that was part of what's his face Johnson after Kennedy. That was part of Johnson, who was a Democrat. That was part of his plan. Is to he said that they would implement these plans to where if you gave it 30, 30 years or so, blacks would vote majority Democrat. So they put plans back in the day, not for the short term. They put it in place for the long haul. They were planning for the future that the Democratic Party would one day run the country and run this everything. Fast forward, here we are. That's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to dictate everything. Now, some people are going to say, "Oh, well, you're a Republican. That's just how you see things. You're against them." I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm not whatever. I just believe in not letting everybody let a certain small group of people dictate what I do and how things are going to go. That's not the way it's supposed to go. And I don't care who you are. I think the people should realize what's going on. If you are voting because somebody is this, voting because somebody is that, voting because somebody's black, white, Hispanic, Asian, male, female. Oh wait, is that okay now? Because that's distinguishing male and female, which whatever. We won't get into that right now. That's a different topic, different video. However, um, there's a lot of stuff that goes on that I think that people know, they just don't want to face it, I'd say. And you need to. Now, let's see. I got my handy dandy phone. Let's see. We're going to look up population of United States. And, oh, you can't really see it. It's not. That's in 1919. You idiot. Mm, okay, it says as of October 25th, 2019, there are 329,678,944 people. Wow. Hmm. Okay, well, that's nice. So, yeah. So, there's just under 330 million people in the United States today. So, let's do a little calculation here. Where's my calculator? Hmm. So, you say you got 330 million people, and if you multiply that by, say, $100, that gives you roughly $33 billion. So if they take $100 out of every person's paycheck every week, they're making $33 billion a month, a week, a week. Jesus, times 52. Yeah, that's gonna give you a lot. 1.76. Yeah, a lot of money. And then it just gets weird. So they're making a buttload of money. But now let's go back. Let's see. Let's see. Number of people in the in Congress and Senate. Congress has 535 voting members. Oh, well, that's 435 representatives and 100 senators. So let's look at this calculation. 535, yeah, 535 times 100 and say just rounded up 175,000. So we have 93, roughly $93,675,000 of taxpayer dollars going to senators and Congress people, congressmen and women, or should we say gender, Congress persons, senators, whatever. So Congress people. So that's 900. That's $93 million, just over almost $94 million. That's going to Congress, and they asked for a raise. And the funny part is AOC just got there and asked for a raise and wanted a raise. Wait a minute, you went from a bartender making whatever, or a waitress, whatever you are, make in New York making, I'm gonna guess $30,000 to $50,000 a year, something like that. I don't know what they make. We can look it up. Google's fun, isn't it? Hey, Google, pay me. I'm promoting you. God damn it.
Okay, here's the album you encourage me on Google Play Music.
No, Google, stop. Google decided to pop some crap up. Anyway, let's look it up. Average income for New York bartender. Oh, my bad. So it says 19.5K to 35.2K. So 19,500 to 35.2 thousand. There it is. Bartender, New York City. Salary.com. 19.5K to 32 point or 35.2K per year. So that's what AOC was making. Then somehow or another was able to run for Congress, got the got into Congress, is now making 175,000 dollars a year, and she wants a raise. You just got a raise, a hell of a raise. You just, if you were making that most at the top, $35,000 a year, you just got $140,000 raise for getting into Congress, and you want to get that raised. Wow. If you went from $35,000, let's just put it this way: if any of us went from making $35,000 a year to making $175,000 a year, that's a $140,000 increase. Who in their right mind is going to ask for another raise? Ask, oh, we need more money. We need, and 170. Oh, dear God. Please help me. Um, $35,000 is, as a bartender, I guess according to AOC and Bernie Sanders, is not a living wage. But 175,000, apparently, according to AOC, since she wanted a raise right after she got into Congress, that's not a living wage either. for her. Well, here's the thing: if you'd stop forking out $300 on freaking haircuts, maybe. Let's put it this way: there's some people that are working 40 hours that don't take home $300 in a week, and you're spending that on a haircut, right? You need a living wage. Oh dear God. Um. Oh, I'm at 15 and a half minutes. So time kind of trickles up quick. If you keep, there's 300 something million dollars, 330 million people in the world today, or not in the world. Sorry, in the United States, roughly. That number is increasing. Okay, and that number is not including all the illegals that are here. So there you go. So if you take $1 a day from them, that's $330 million a day. Mm, that's a lot of money. They're taking more than $1 a day. So you figure they have a lot of money coming into to the United States. If they would stop handing out, this country's in debt. And why are we in debt? Because you have a lot of people on welfare, food stamps, Medicaid, Section 8 housing, and everything else that the government's paying for. And that's the Democrats buying and paying for votes. Now they're trying to do it since a lot of blacks are getting away, are waking up, and well, I won't say waking up, are starting to realize the Democrat platform and what the Democrats have been doing. They're starting to go away from the Democrats, but what Democrats? Yeah, they're on to the next thing. Let's import. Let's go ahead and open the borders and let illegals come in. We'll hand them everything, and they'll vote for us. Okay. We don't have a policy that can win over the American people, so we'll buy the votes. They don't have a problem with well, if you're gonna let a lot of people from Mexico, Honduras, Nicaragua, Bolivia, El Salvador, South America, Central America come in illegally, not be citizens, and vote for you because you give them all the government assistance you can. Isn't that foreign interference in our elections? One. And isn't that basically quid pro quo? Two. And also, wouldn't that fall under buying an election? Three. Um, what else are they going to do to not fix anything but create more problems? So now you got an influx of a lot of people. So now those people that are here illegally are going to work under um, if they do work, they're going to work very low wages because they don't want to make any noise, don't want to be caught, don't want to be seen. So you're importing indentured servitude, which later just became slavery. And if we keep pushing forward with this, see, democratic socialism, yeah, democratic socialism is democratic socialism till you vote it in. Then once it's voted in, it goes from democratic socialism to straight socialism. And socialism is just one step below communism. And communism, there you go. Now you have no rights. You have no say. You have nothing. They are the elites. They are going to tell you what you can and can't do. And anybody that's going to give you something for free or say it's for free, yeah, this free healthcare, free education, it's not free. Somebody's paying for it. Who's paying for it? Everybody. So if everybody's paying for it, your taxes are going up, and so forth. So you're paying for everybody else. Mm, at what point do they just say, you know what? We're going to stop paying everybody. Just let everybody do what they want. I just, I was about to say I digress, but yeah, I don't. Just, I think that they're pushing to get to a certain point where the people that are already up there in power get more power, stay in power, and they keep everybody else, honestly, and they do it too. You look at the media and everything that's mainstream um, media that's basically majority Democrat controlled, and they make sure that, well, blacks are fighting are mad at whites, whites are getting like whatever, and Hispanics and everybody at the lower levels are everybody the common people are just mad at each other for nothing. So they're building up racial tensions. So there's disdain for each side. While they just sit up there and kick back, hey, y'all have fun fighting with each other while we sit up here at the top echelon and just keep doing what we want to do because y'all aren't paying attention. You're not starting to see you're not seeing what is going on. You're just seeing what they're telling you and what they want you to see to piss you off. Sorry. Well, yeah. They're just trying to infuriate. There you go. Better term for that. Um, they just want to infuriate people to where everybody's fighting with each other while they still do what they want. And we need to knock that off. This country was supposed to be for the people, by the people, of the people, or of the people, for the people, by the people. You know what this saying is. It's some combination of those three. Of the people, for the people, and by the people. Yeah, we'll go with that. Anywho, um, so if we stand together, stop bickering about, well, I'm black, you're white, I'm black, you're Hispanic, I'm black, I'm white, blah, 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 blah. You're male, I'm female, you're this, you're that, blah, blah. Some people are stuck on race. Have fun with that. I'm not stuck on race, and I tell a lot of people this. I believe there is only one race, the human race. I could care less about what color you are, what gender you are, what political background you or political affiliation you're with, religious, your sexual orientation, what you do in the privacy of your own home. Have a ball. I I actually, but this was years ago. I'd say 17 years ago. My ex-wife's aunt was going to school to become a paralegal or something, and I started reading their law books and everything. And I was reading up about because it was a big topic then um, about gay marriage, and I was looking it up, and I had questions. I mean, I'm not gay. I don't oppose anybody that is. What you do is your business. Like I said, have fun with life. But I agreed that okay, if you if two individuals, whether you're both male, female, both males, both females, male, female, as long as y'all can stand and of age and legal consent, you're going to stand up there and say, commit to each other. Why is the government saying no? Well, you can't marry him because you're a him. You can't marry her because you're a her. Stay out of their business. Now, if they show up with a dog and want to marry that dog, the dog can't say yes or no. And you can't tell me, well, I think he's saying yes. I don't care what you think he's saying. No. Like I said, government gets too much involved. People need to. You, the bigger the government gets, the more intrusive they become. So let's dwindle down the government, and the more expensive they become. The United States government was not Congress and senators. That was not supposed to become a career. That's not the way it was set up for. It was not designed for them to make a life out of becoming a career politician. Politics were you were a servant of the people. It wasn't, and who wants to stay a servant of anybody? That's why it wasn't designed to make all this money. But over the years, Congress has given themselves such fat raises that now who wouldn't want to be in Congress? I just go there. You can go to Congress or the Senate and you can become a congressman or senator and do absolutely nothing. Know nothing. Sit there, keep quiet, and just keep getting voted in on what the popular thing is, and your constituents will still keep voting for you and keeping you in office for 40 years because why? You're doing what is popular ish. Yeah, I do a lot of issues. There's going to be a lot of issues. It's popular ish. So, yeah, you can spend 40 years in Congress and never do anything, or 40 years in the Senate. And you're just trickling up and you've just been there. I mean, hell, pay me $175,000 a year for the next 40 years. Wonderful. And they're sitting there, and that's the problem. You can have the same congressmen, women, whatever, the same Congress, the same senators, been there for 20 years, and everything's trickled down. Everything's gotten worse. But somehow that's the fault of a president that's been there 3 years. You've been there 20, 30 years, but that's like having a professional baseball team or basketball team, a professional sports team, where you have people that have been on, you had people that are there for 5, 6 years, the same players. You brought in a rookie, he sank the team. Okay, the team has been sucking for 5 years. You brought in a rookie, it's his fault. How's it his fault? Perfect. Good example. The Redskins. The Washington Redskins are my team. I like the Redskins. However, they have not had a good season for 4 or 5 years, or for quite some time. Okay, so if you bring in Haskins, the new quarterback, the rookie quarterback, you throw him in the game. If he's not, you can't blame their failures on him. They were failing before he got there. So you throw him in there and he fails. Who's to blame? Is it the player's fault? Is it the other players on the team's fault? Mm, partly. But who's the main ones to blame? How about this? The GM. How about the other staff? The owner is could be partly to blame because he's hired these people. Yeah, now some of the comparison doesn't quite work out, but as far as the players on the field, you can't if all the players on the field aren't doing that great and they've been failing for years and they've been the same players that have been there for 4 or 5 years, and then you throw in Okay, we can still use that analogy. You got the team, same players. You throw in a new coach, which would represent the president. Guess what? The main people that are still out there making up the laws and doing all this stuff are still there. So nothing's getting any better. He comes in with his plan. If they can't implement the plan, then you need to get other players in there that can implement the plans. So the players are congressmen and senators. The coach is the um, president. Well, if the coach and his staff can't get the players to do his plan and execute his plan the way they want, well, then the players are still now the problem. Get it? And I mean, yeah, I went off a little bit, but that's okay. Hopefully you like it. You people respond, react. But as always, have fun with it. Be good to each other. See you next time. This is Extreme Country. I'm Hal. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get this going. Damn it, stop.